How strong is Boros from One Punch Man? Boros, the dominator of the universe, has traveled across the galaxy to look for a worthy opponent. As he comes to the planet Earth, where the prophecy of facing a worthy opponent was foretold, Boros, after arriving on Earth, finally meets his prophesied opponent Saitama. Finally, the dominator of the universe and the One Punch Man faces each other. Saitama, who can one-punch his opponents, makes the first move as he punches Boros, leaving the fight to be over only for Boros to power up. Boros and Saitama go against each other. They seem to be equals at first, but as the fight continues we can see that Boros has the advantage. This is even confirmed in the official One Punch Man encyclopedia. As they both continue their fight, Boros starts to completely overwhelm the casual Saitama's strength. This is further shown in the official published manga's cover page, where it says that Saitama has taken damage. Now many of the people will say that this statement does not exist in the official released manga, but statements like these has been removed from the official releases many times before. But nonetheless, this shouldn't matter, as Saitama himself proves this statement by his reaction and claims. He claims that Boros is strong not once, not twice, but 3 different times. On top of that, he calls the fight with Boros almost a real fight. And that's not all. Even Boros calls that specific punch a connected punch, as if that was the punch that truly connected with Saitama. And even after all that, he says that Saitama's wounds would increase, meaning Saitama did take damage. So in conclusion, released Boros is well over casual Saitama. This is the same casual Saitama that was toying with Garou. Unlike with Boros, where Saitama had the intent to kill him, Saitama was just toying with Garou up to the very end, till he became Cosmic Garou, meaning every single version of Monster Garou there is would get put in a box by released Boros. The same Garou who was capable of shaking the entire Earth, that may even blast question what was happening on Earth. Garou attack was so powerful that it was doing more than just shaking the Earth, as Blast says. The space around Earth is starting to distort, and the magnetic and gravitational fields are going crazy. The attack itself should be multi-continental as a baseline, but it's even more powerful considering what Blast says, and this monster Garou is above the likes of Elder Centipede, whose rotating attack was calculated to be small planet level, and the likes of Ocean Water, whose existence was alone scales, who multi-continental, which is basically the energy output, I think, and Orochi, who absorbing the magma alone was moon level. He's even above the likes of initial Psycho Orochi, who just came into being, who is one shot above Orochi. The same Psycho Orochi who then goes on to absorb the power of his surroundings and becomes even more powerful, but loses to a fatigued Tatsumaki, who is basically half of her true strength. So let me repeat, a full power Tatsumaki would be one shot above a fatigued Tatsumaki, who is more powerful than a full power Psycho Orochi, who is above initial Psycho Orochi, who is one shot above Orochi. This same Orochi who got one-shotted by Saitama's normal punch, who again, as I previously mentioned, his absorbing the magma alone was calculated to be small planet level, meaning Garou should be planetary level, which makes Boros large planetary level. This is consistent, as Boros has been said to have destroyed planets. This is not a singular noun, but a plural noun, implying more than one planet, which makes sense as he's above this level, and this was said for his base form. Now for his meteoric burst form, which even surprised Saitama with his speed and strength. But before I do, I want to clear some misconceptions. This is a mistranslated panel. Translating from the raw panel directly gives a different translation, which has a whole different meaning. Like it's not referring to the surface of the planet in any way, but rather to Saitama. Or Saitama lied to Boros of him being strong, which won't make sense, as he literally calls Boros strong to Genos. Why would he lie to someone else? Or the fact Saitama literally monologues in his mind about the fight with Boros is almost a real fight. And even more, Boros being stated to have rivaling abilities in the same skin, where it questions and states Boros having the advantage over casual Saitama. Now that out of the way, let's talk about Boros' meteoric burst, which surprised Saitama with his insane speed. Boros' speed surpasses Flashy Flash, who is stated to have speed of light. Released Boros surpasses Monster Garou, Platinum S, and Flashy Flash in speed. when they fought, which is also speed of light. How? Let me explain. What you're seeing is not microsecond or something, but rather hundredth of a second. As you can see, it's written in a colon, then apostrophe, then double quotation, and then triple apostrophe, which is the notation for the giving numbers. This represents a time duration broken down into hours, minutes, seconds, tenths of a second, and hundredths of a second. And on top of that, the structure itself is called rays of light, which doesn't automatically give speed of light, but I'll say it is. Boros' speed is even above casual Saitama, who is toying with a much stronger and faster Garou, who is faster than light speed. I'm saying faster than casual Saitama, as unlike against Garou, Saitama was actually having trouble with Boros' speed, which would put released Boros at faster than light speed, and Meteoric burst Boros at faster than light plus speed, considering Saitama was surprised by his new speed. But this is not all. Meteoric burst Boros's collapsing star roaring cannon is stated to be a star buster. Also, the fact the same skin says Saitama had to resort to his serious punch. Resorting to something means that you have no other choice, which means Boros's collapsing star roaring cannon is above normal Saitama entirely, as has he had to resort to his serious punch. And Saitama's serious punch is stated to be on a whole other level of power. Now, many people would say that the kanji used for star can also be planet, which is true, but giving the context and Boros's power so far, it won't make sense to be a planet considering he's already large planet level in his released form, and he has the statement of destroying planets from the same page where this scans comes from, which won't make any sense. So yes, the skin is valid. Overall, Boros would scale to dwarf star level in his meteoric burst form with faster than light plus speed, and his collapsing star roaring cannon would be star level. Yes, I'm back and I will make more content like this weekly. So please click on the like button and subscribe for more content like this.